Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. I offer my humble obeisance unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vasudeva. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudirayet. Before reciting Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, which is the very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisance unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayana, unto Narayan Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naishtaki. By regular attendance in the classes on Srimad-Bhagvatam and by rendering service unto the pure devotee, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed, and loving service unto the personality of Godhead, who is praised with transcendental songs, is established as an irrevocable fact. Guruve Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha Namo Pankajanabhaya Nama Pankajamaline Nama Pankajanetraya Namaste Pankajangriye. Hare Krishna, dear Vaishnavas, thank you so much for joining. We are reading Grantaraj Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 10. We read till text number 46 yesterday, reading about the Falashruti. Narad Muni is explaining that whoever reads, hears these wonderful narrations about the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna, Lord Vishnu, Lord Nrsimhadev, all the Avatar Katha, Krishna Katha, Avatar Katha, Bhagavat Katha, Devotee Katha, this is all purifying. So let's see what happens next in text number 47. Etadya adi purushasya mrigendra leelam Datyendra yuthapavadham prayata patheta Datyamajasya cha satam pravarasya punyam Shrutvanubhavam akuto bhayam eti lokam. Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Prahlad Maharaj was the best among exalted devotees. Anyone who with great attentions hears this narration concerning the activities of Prahlad Maharaj, the killing of Hiranyakashipu, and the activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Nrsimhadev, surely reaches the spiritual world where there is no anxiety. Wow. Such a benediction. By hearing Krishna Katha, Narada Muni, the great, the Bhakti Shakti, the Shakta Vishavatar, with the Bhakti Shakti, is speaking this verse. And Krishna may, let his words go in vain. Krishna may break his vow, but he will not let the vow of his devotee go in vain. So Narad Muni is speaking that anyone who reads, hears this Krishna Katha, this Nrsimhadev Katha, how? With great attention. So we are reading Krishna's names or hearing Krishna's holy names or reading Krishna Katha or hearing Krishna Katha. How should we hear? With great attention. Not just as a ritual. Not just, if I don't go, Shivlas Prabhu will feel bad today. We are not coming here for me. You're coming here for yourself. I am coming here for my own self, not for anyone else actually. So, and by each one coming for our own purification, we help others also. But the main purpose is to purify our own self. So we must hear with great attention, and if whoever hears it will go back home. Not just surely reach back home, back to Godhead, to the spiritual world. Vaikuntha, there is no kuntha there. There is no anxiety. Vigat Kuntha. And we discussed yesterday also. Janma karma chame divyam evam yo veti tattva taha tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti. So Arjuna. O Arjuna, whoever understands, hears, reads, pathet, prayatah, that person will not take birth in this material world again. That person will go back home, back to Godhead. So all of us are so blessed. So we have been reading this canto from the very beginning. Now it's almost the end, and Nrsimhadev pastimes, Prahlad Maharaj's pastimes, Narad Muni is assuring one will go back home, back to Godhead. That doesn't mean that we now I have heard it, now just go back to material life. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed by his own example that how a devotee is eager more and more. Maybe I was not attentive, maybe I didn't understand that piece, or what is Prabhupada trying to teach. That is with great attention, taking this seriously. How should I apply this Bhagavatam in my life? How can I, try to follow in the footsteps of Prahlad Maharaj in my own situation? That's with great attention. Any other comments, questions anyone has in this text? Okay. Let's go to the next verse. Yes, Nandini Mataji, you want to read?
Hare Krishna Prabhu Dandat Pranam. Text 48. Yuyam nunaloke bhatta puri bhaga lokam punana munayo bhiyanti yesham gruhana vasatiti sakshat gudham param brahma manushya alingam. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Muni continued, My dear Maharaj Yudhishthir, all of you, the Pandavas, are extremely fortunate, for the Supreme Personality of Godhead Kṛṣṇa lives in your palace just like a human being. Great saintly persons know this very well, and therefore they constantly visit this house. Purport. After hearing about the activities of Prahlad Maharaja, a pure devotee should be very anxious to follow in his footsteps. But such a devotee might be disappointed, thinking that not every devotee can come to the standard of Prahlad Maharaja. This is the nature of a pure devotee. He always thinks himself to be the lowest, to be incompetent and unqualified. Thus, after hearing the narration of Prahlad Maharaja's activities, Maharaja Yudhishthir, who was on the same standard of devotional service as Prahlad, might have been thinking of his own humble position. Narad Muni, however, could understand Maharaja Yudhishthir's mind, and therefore he immediately encouraged him by saying that the Pandavas were not less fortunate. They were as good as Prahlad Maharaj, because although Lord Nrsimha-Deva appeared for Prahlad, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, in his original form as Kṛṣṇa, was always living with the Pandavas. Although the Pandavas, because of the influence of Krishna's Yogamaya, could not think of their fortunate position, every saintly person, including the great sage Narada, could understand it. Therefore, they constantly visited Maharaj Yudhishthira. Any pure devotee who is constantly conscious of Krishna is naturally fortunate. The word Nri Loke, meaning within the material world, indicates that before the Pandavas, there had been many, many devotees, such as the descendants of the Yadu dynasty, and Vasishta, Mani, Kashyapa, Lord Brahma, and Lord Shiva, who were all extremely fortunate. The Pandavas, however, were better than all of them, because Krishna himself lived with them constantly. Narad Muni therefore specifically mentioned that within this material world, Nriloke, the Pandavas were the most fortunate. So there's a wonderful similarity between Prahlad Maharaj and Pandavas. They are the pure devotees, and they don't think they are serving Lord. They don't think they are qualified. They don't think they are competent. They don't think they are like Prahlad Maharaj, and they. A devotee naturally thinks that he's not a devotee. He naturally thinks that he needs to serve Lord better, he needs to he needs to follow in the example or footsteps of Prahlad Maharaj. But Narad Muni here is encouraging Maharaja Yudhishthira's thinking, because he knows Maharaj Yudhishthira is very humble. And he's pointing out that Krishna lives in your palace just like a human being. What a benediction. It's very difficult to even imagine. What a great fortune. Um, People try to serve goddess of fortune, and she keeps on Chanchala, Lakshmi. She keeps on running away from them. And here, the Lord of all the Sahasra, Lakshmi Sahasra, all of Lakshmis they are serving Lord, and the Lord here is just staying in their palace like a common person. And because of that, there are so many exalted people, saintly people, who keep on constantly visiting Maharaja Yudhishthir. So, and then he also mentions few other devotees um, who were great devotees, but nonetheless, Pandavas are the most fortunate. Narad Muni is pointing that out again and again. And then the word, it ends with the word, Prabhupada is describing Nruloke, in the material world, Pandavas were the most fortunate. Thank you, Prabhu. Back to you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Some wonderful comments, points you made. Really like the first line, that a sincere devotee should not just read Bhagavatam or hear Bhagavatam, but try to follow the Bhagavatam. Of course, we cannot imitate Prahlad Maharaj, but there should be sincere desire. Because why do we read and hear Bhagavatam? Not just to get information. What's the use of information if it's only in the head but not in the heart? What's the use of reading and hearing if we don't try to follow Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam? So we must try to our best to follow, to bring the reading and hearing in action as much as we can. Otherwise, it will just remain some piece of knowledge. It will not have its full effect. Any other comments or questions anyone has?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Here it said that Pandavas, because of the influence of Krishna's Yoga Maya, could not think of their fortunate position. So, as a general person, if I don't understand what I got in my life, and I really don't understand that, that's basically the Mahamaya, correct? Not the Yoga Maya. So Yoga Maya is basically Lord Krishna's mercy, who connects devotee to serve the Lord. But here, in the Narada Muni is saying that Krishna's Yoga Maya could not think of the fortunate position.
Yes. So as you said, for a general person, yes, Mahamaya. But they are not general person. They are the eternal associates of the Lord. Like a king goes and the entourage goes along with him. So the Pandavas are the eternal associates of the Lord. They are not conditioned souls who have come to the material world because of forgetfulness of Krishna, because of the wrong desires. That's the material general populace, but not the Nitya Siddhas, not the pure devotees of the Lord. They come to be the transcendental actors in Lord Krishna's transcendental drama. So they are acting, like Arjuna is acting as if, oh, I don't know what is right, what is wrong, in the Bhagavad Gita setting. And then all these pastimes, jumping over Krishna or playing with Krishna as Krishna's friend. Nanda Maharaj had the same feeling, oh, we were so unfortunate, we didn't realize, Krishna is gone now. So that's the transcendental, just to enhance the love in separation, the love of the devotee towards the Lord. This Yogamaya enhances the rasa, the nourishes the rasa. So for a general person, yes, that's the same Yogamaya in the external form as Mahamaya. But for a pure devotee like the Pandavas, it's the Yogamaya. Because if when Krishna would come, he will bow down to Yudhishthira Maharaj because he was his elder. Now, how can someone allow the Supreme Personality of Godhead to bow down? Right? Will we allow Supreme Personality of Godhead to bow down? Will you be happy when even a senior, let's say, a very senior devotee comes and bows down to you? What to speak of the Supreme Lord bow down? So that relationship Krishna wanted to experience as a younger brother, as an equal brother, as an elder brother. Nakula and Sadev would bow down to Krishna and he would embrace Bhima and Arjuna because equals. So that was covered. Will we embrace, if we have that awe and reverence, will we embrace the Supreme Lord? No. So they were in the Sakya Rasa. So the different rasas were there and the Yoga Maya enhances those rasas. Therefore, they forgot the supremacy of the Lord because the rasa was so high. Does that make sense?
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Any other comments, questions anyone has?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Prabhuji, you mentioned Yogamaya is internal potency and Mahamaya is external potency, Prabhuji. But some places I see it is kind of used interchangeably. So, like other day you mentioned that Yogamaya is how Lord Krishna becomes Shiva, like milk and yogurt. Same way, Mahamaya is Radharani and Yogamaya is Parvati Devi. Of course, I
So
see
you
in some
interchange
places
that.
it is
Yogamaya is they are actually the same. The Mahamaya
same.
is Durga or Parvati. The Yogamaya, the internal energy, is ultimately coming from
Okay.
Radharani.
Okay, Prabhuji.
They are
But
same but different. This the Simanta Dweep story we discussed.
so Mahamaya is Durga Devi and Yogamaya is Radharani.
Now it depends on where we are using these terms. So
Yes, that's what I saw. Few places it
Exactly.
is interchangeably used.
Correct. So that's absolutely fine. Because depends on how it is being used, we have to understand the meaning in that perspective. Right? For example,
Yes.
sometimes Brahman is said to be, sometimes her liberation is like Naraka, right? Is worse than Naraka. Now, what kind of liberation? So therefore, just not going by the literal meaning, but by going deeper, like how is Prabhupada using in what connection? Narakaya keval pati is the Naraka. The liberation is like worse than Naraka or hell. So therefore, Buddhi Yoga is sometimes interchangeably used as Bhakti Yoga sometimes at many places. But so one word could have multiple. Prati shloke prati akshare nana arthika. Right? Prabhupada said, eat less. Now, eat less has different meanings for different situations. Prabhupada said, eat like a duck. Same Prabhupada, same words, different situations, the meaning changes. Even in the modern say, if I say, okay, you bring me a water, okay? You give a glass of water to me. And I'll say, bus. In English, only this much. And then another setting, you'll say, bus. That means I'm done. The word is same, bus, right? But even using in the daily use, it has different meaning. What to speak of the great shastras. So therefore, does that help?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Sometimes Lord Shiva is addressed as as Bhagavan. Sometimes he's addressed as topmost devotee. Sometimes Lord Narada is addressed as Bhagavan. So therefore, you have to see in the right perspective. Lord Brahmaji is addressed as Bhagavan.
The context, yeah, correct. Thank you.
Okay.
Hey, Kṛṣṇa Prabhuji, I have a question. So I have read someplace else in some purports about Prahlad Maharaj being the foremost devotee in Shantaras, and then Dasyaras is Hanuman, Sakyaras is Arjuna, Vatsalyaras is Ananda Maharaj, and Yashodamai, Madhuryaras is the gopis. So here in verse 47, we see that Prahlad Maharaj is the best among exalted devotees. So is that because Prahlad Maharaj is a Nitya Siddha and not Vishnu Tattva that he is considered the best? Because other places we read that gopis are the best among exalted devotees. So just understanding, is Prahlad Maharaj the best, or is the gopis in Madhurya Ras the best?
Hare Krishna. I think we have a very nice devotee who is reading Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam with us. And in this, there is a story of, who is the best. Lakshmi Mataji, you want to share that story since you're reading that? Or anyone who knows this whole story in a very nice way. Lakshmi Mataji has not joined today. But I'll just share the essence. The essence is, of course, ultimately it goes to Gopi. So again, I don't know the whole proper sequence. So over there, it pretty much same situation happens. The Pandavas, first Indra, oh, you are the great devotee. No, Indra says, oh, look at me. I am always, I did so many mistakes. Look at that Govardhan Leela. I caused so much havoc. How can I be the best? Again, I don't know the story very well. Look at the Pandavas. They are best. Then there is, look at Prahlad Maharaj. He was so absorbed. Then he said, look at Hanuman. He was so absorbed. And then look at the gopis. Like that, the devotee himself never feels that he is the best. He always thinks, I am the lower than the worm in the stool. But the others always think that, yes, I am the, that his, Narada Muni is not thinking, oh, I am the best. I am the guru of Prahlad. Or I am the guru of Vyasadeva who wrote this Bhagavatam, who is the father of Shukdev Goswami. So they are not thinking like that. Just 1 second. My wife wants to share that story. So, sorry. So ultimately, who is best? We know that gopis, of course, they are the dearmost to Krishna, and we say Gopir Bharta. As Gaudiya Vaishnavas, that's our mood. That and amongst the gopis also, the Radharani, the dearmost. But they never think that I am the best. So there is no competition in that. Hanumanji is not competing with gopis. Prahlad Maharaj is not competing with Pandavas. Or Pandavas are not competing. They are deriving positive inspiration. And that is a great lesson in our circle as well. There should be positive inspiration. Not to, oh, I want to become better than one, but trying to see good in everyone, whether, and that's because the gopis are not thinking themselves, they're thinking others are best. So it's a transcendental competition. So, and at some places, this whole chapter is entitled Prahlad Maharaj, the best amongst the exalted devotees. Like if it's your birthday, we'll glorify you. Ramsilas Prabhu has this quality and this quality, and this, he's a great preacher. He has so many wonderful qualities. That does not mean that other devotees who are present are good for nothing, right? But this chapter is going on. This is like Prahlad Maharaj's birthday, in one sense, right? Similarly, when we are reading about Lord Shiva in Canto 4, we see Vaishwananam Yatha Shambhu, how he's Jagat Guru. Similarly, when we read about, the gopis of Raja, how they are so surrendered. Similarly, when we read about Pandavas, so everyone is best. Amrish Maharaj, how he surrendered everything. Bharat Maharaj, so many, they're all best in their own way. But as Gaudiya Vaishnavas, we know our parampara, how Sri Radhika, and then the gopis, and then, of course, does that add or
Yes,
any
Prabhuji.
other comments?
Very wonderfully explained. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Anyone has more comments or questions, additions, please?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. So I would like to just add that Hanuman says, no, I'm not the best devotee, just to complete the pastime, Prabhu, or just to add. So, Dandavats everybody. So Hanuman says that, oh, I'm not the best devotee. Look, Lord Ram left me. And then Prahlad Maharaj says, no, I'm not the best devotee because I could not serve Lord Nrsimhadev. It's what service could I do to them? And the Pandava says, no, we were just always in a state of emergency, and Lord always came to save us. So we are not the best devotees. And the other point, and everybody says, always finds that they were not able to serve the Lord the best of their capacities. Whereas the gopis, they did not mind jumping in the dust of Vrindavan so that Lord could put it on his head, and going millions of lifetimes to the Narakloka forever. So we are on the 7th canto, which is the limbs of the Lord, and we are coming towards 10th canto Ashraya, which is when we will discuss the gopis. Like Prabhupada said, for every chapter of Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, we can go step by step. And I'm sure you will be very happy to, when we come to 10th canto and read everything. But 7th canto will it's very nice to relish how Prahlad has served Lord Nrsimhadev and showed by his example. And I was just reading again that whole chapter and how he prayed we don't get attached to the materialistic life, which is really relevant for us. So in that sense, he's such a great example for us to follow and relish everything that's going on happening here. Back to you, Prabhu. I hope that adds something. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Very nice.
Thank you, Nandini Mataji, for sharing that pastime. That's in the wonderful book Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. If anyone wants, it's in 3 volumes. If anyone wants, you can message me. I'll certainly arrange that for you. It's available with BBT. Very, very nice book, translated by His Grace Gopi Parandana Prabhu. So let's see what happens next in text number 49. I see Umesh Prabhu wants to read. Please go ahead, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam to everyone. Text 49. Sava ayam brahma mahatimagreya kaivalya nirvana sukhanubhuti priya sudavaha khalu maturyeya atmaranya vidhi kruda gurus cha. Translation and interpretation by Divine Grace. A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. The impersonal Brahman is Krishna himself because Krishna is the source of the impersonal Brahman. He is the origin of transcendental bliss sought by great saintly person, yet he, the Supreme Person, is your most dear friend and constant well-wisher and is intimately related to you as the son of your maternal uncle. Indeed, he is always like your body and soul. He is worshipable, yet he acts as your servant and sometimes as your spiritual master. There is always a difference of opinion about the absolute truth. One class of transcendentalists concludes that the absolute truth is impersonal, and other class conclude that the absolute truth is a person. In the Bhagavad Gita, the absolute truth is accepted as a supreme person. Indeed, that supreme person himself, Lord Krishna, instructs in Bhagavad Gita, Brahmano hi pratisthaham mata parataram jnana. The impersonal Brahman is my partial manifestation, and there is no truth superior to me. That same Krishna, the Supreme Personality of the Godhead, acted as a supreme friend and a relative of the Pandavas, and sometimes he even acted as their servant by carrying a letter from the Pandavas to Dhritarashtra and Duryodhana. Because Krishna was the well-wisher of Pandavas, he also acted as a guru by becoming a spiritual master of Arjuna. Arjuna accepted Krishna as a spiritual master. Shishyasteham siddhi sati mam tvam prapannam. And Krishna sometimes chastised him. For example, the Lord said, Shosyan anya viso chastvam prajana vidam cha pashyase. While speaking learned words, you are mourning for what is not worthy of grief. The Lord also said, Kutastam kashmalam idam vishme samupastitam. My dear Arjuna, how have these impurities came upon you? Such was the intimate relationship between the Pandavas and Krishna. In the same way, a pure devotee of the Lord is always with Krishna through thick and thin. His way of life is Krishna. This is the statement of the authority, Sri Narad Muni. So in the last verse also we saw how the Narad Muni told Yudhishthira that how fortunate is Pandavas that Krishna is living with them. And here is also Narad Muni is explaining about the Krishna is basically the source of impersonal Brahman. And the transcendental bliss Narad Muni is saying that although the Lord Krishna is a worshipper, but he sometimes acts as a servant and sometimes as a spiritual master. And now the Krishna has become the Parthasarthi for the Arjuna on the battlefield. Also, he gave him a transcendental knowledge, and he became his friend. He became his guru. So this is the characteristics Narad Muni is explaining here. And similarly, is very important here. Narad Muni is saying that the pure devotee of the Lord is always with the Krishna through thick and thin. So no matter how he is the pure devotee going through his life, but in his good time or bad time, I guess, he is always with the Krishna. This is the explanation Narad Muni is giving here. Thank you, Prabhu. Please explain. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. So, Yudhishthira Maharaj was little kind of, feeling that I didn't do enough. I couldn't serve the Lord enough. And he was feeling that I'm not qualified. That's a natural sign of humility of a great personality like Yudhishthira Maharaj. But now Narad Muni is encouraging. It's the duty of the Guru to encourage, to uplift. So how Narad Muni is encouraging that actually you are more fortunate. As Nandini Mataji said, with Prahlad Maharaj there was a very brief exchange. Narsingdev didn't play with Prahlad Maharaj. Narsingdev didn't spend much time. But what you were playing with Krishna from your childhood, like cousins play with each other, because Pandavas were the children of Krishna's maternal aunt, Bua. In Hindi they say Bua. So you were like first cousins. You were so close. And I'm sure we all must have played with our cousins in our childhood. So what a great blessing to have the Supreme Lord as one's cousin. So in one way, you are very, 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 very fortunate. You're more fortunate than me, actually. I'm the Guru of Prahlad Maharaj. What to speak of me, you're more fortunate than Brahma and Shiva. And all these great personalities who were present there just before this whole pastime was complete. Because Krishna does not really personally live in the human forms in the house of Prahlad Maharaj and others. He didn't live in the homes of Prahlad Maharaj, but at your home he was spending so much time. And time and again he would come to help you. And time and again he would do menial services for you, like carrying that letter as a peace messenger, driving the chariot of Arjuna, guiding Arjuna, helping you in so many uncountable ways, helping Mother Draupadi, helping all of you in innumerable ways. So, oh great Yudhishthira Maharaj, you are very, very fortunate. You are the cousin, you are his constant well-wisher. So, who could be more fortunate than you? Any other comments, questions?
Just one small comment here, Prabhu. So this is happening at the Rajasuya Yajna time, when Krishna hasn't carried the peace message, when Krishna hasn't done any other services for Pandavas yet. So that brings a very good point. This is a Nitya Leela. This happens over and over again. Back to you, Prabhu. Thank you very much for letting me speak.
Thank you, Mataji. Yes, Sudhir Prabhu, you want to read the next verse?
Sure, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna devotees. Dandavad Pranam. Text number 50. Na yasya sakshad bhava padmajadibhi rupam dhiya vastutayo parvarnitam maunena bhaktyo samena pujata prasidatam esasa Sattvatam Pati. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Exalted persons like Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma could not properly describe the truth of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Kṛṣṇa. May the Lord, who is always worshipped as the protector of all devotees by great saints who observe vows of silence, meditation, devotional service and renunciation, be pleased with us. Purport: the absolute truth is sought by different persons in different ways, yet he remains inconceivable. Nonetheless, devotees like the Pandavas, the Gopis, the cowherd boys, Mother Yashoda, Nanda Maharaj, and all the inhabitants of Vrindavan do not need to practice conventional process of meditation to attain the Supreme Personality of Godhead, for He remains with them through thick and thin. Therefore, a saint like Narada, understanding the reference between transcendentalists and pure devotees, always prays that the Lord will be pleased with him. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. So here, in continuation to what you said, so even the exalted, devotees, as we know, Lord Shiva is the, topmost Vaishnava, and Lord Brahma is the topmost in this whole 14 planetary systems. But even them, they could not describe the truth of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Kṛṣṇa. So as we know that, come across, we have to first understand that it is difficult to understand Kṛṣṇa with Gnana Yoga. Only with Bhakti Yoga that we can understand, and we can have to admit that, we have to understand that understanding Kṛṣṇa in total is not a possible understanding for a normal devotee. So here in continuation, so we can see that how if we have a true love for Lord Kṛṣṇa, like the Pandavas, Gopis, cowherd boys, Mother Yashoda, Ananda Maharaj, Shabari Mata, all these are very very exalted devotees, who did not actually possess the, they would not have gone through the rigorous process of meditation, but they have pure love for Lord Kṛṣṇa. Like Nandini Mataji gave an example of, gopis, giving, they are ready to go to the hell forever for one moment of Krishna's happiness. And of course, Narada is a true well-wisher and a devotee. So that's what my understanding is, Prabhuji. So please add, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Sudhir Prabhu. So in the previous verse, we learned that Krishna acted as their servant and their spiritual master and their cousin, friend, multiple roles he played. Now Yudhishthira Maharaj might ask, why will the Supreme Brahman, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, act like servant of materialistic people like us? So Narad Muni explains this verse, that we cannot understand Krishna's pastime. What to speak of the great devotees like Shiva and Brahma cannot understand. How the Lord is caught by the prema of the devotee. How he is caught by the bhakti baddham. Tvam bhakti damnasi maya nirodha. He is caught by the ropes of bhakti. Of course, the Damodar month is coming shortly. That is inconceivable to understand. That no one can understand. How he's crying in the fear of Mother Yashoda, running after him. How he takes, like playing with his friends, and Lord Brahma gets the Brahma Vimohan Leela. That's the perfect link to this verse. How he also got confused. Like, is he the Supreme Lord? Is he the Supreme Lord who is eating or whose friends are like spitting the jutha over him? Spitting buttermilk, and then he's relishing it. He's not saying, oh, I'm the Supreme Lord. So these are the wonderful Leela. And that's the one of the four main differences in the Krishna and the Vishnu. One is Leela Vaibhav, Leela Madhuri. That how he enacts wonderful pastimes with his devotees, with his friends, with his eternal gopis, with his parents. That's the only present as the Krishna, as the Supreme Lord. So what to speak of ordinary persons like us trying to understand his pastimes? We just have to relish and absorb. Any other comments, questions, additions anyone has? Anything before we stop for today? Okay, so then we can stop here and continue tomorrow with the next verse. Thank you so much. Shri Nrsimhadev Bhagwan ki jai. Shri Prahlad Maharaj ki jai. Shri
Jai.
Narad Muni ki jai.
Jai.
Shri Yudhishthir Maharaj ki jai.
Jai.
Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Samaveda Gaur Bhaktavinda ki jai. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Jai. Jai.